The BOURNE Legacy 2020. Snow falls across a remote Alaskan research station, where Agent Aaron Cross struggles through extreme survival training. Scientists monitor his vitals, debating the ethics of chemically enhanced operatives. Cross receives blue and green pills sustaining intelligence and strength. When sudden orders arrive to terminate the program, hidden assassins attack. Cross escapes into the wilderness, using combat skills and instinct to survive. Meanwhile, intelligence analyst Marta Shearing witnesses colleagues murdered to erase evidence. Traumatized and confused, she flees. Both Cross and Marta become targets of a secret operation designed to eliminate all enhanced agents and connected personnel, igniting a dangerous conspiracy. Cross tracks down Marta in a safe house after decoding encrypted messages. She initially fears him, believing he is another assassin, but Cross explains he needs her medical expertise to survive withdrawal from enhancement drugs. Government forces close in, forcing them to escape through crowded city streets. Marta reluctantly helps stabilize Cross using limited supplies. As they hide in abandoned apartments, Cross reveals fragments of his past missions and growing doubts about the program controlling him. Marta realizes the conspiracy reaches deep into intelligence leadership. She chooses to help Cross not only to survive, but to expose the truth behind. The pair plan to travel overseas to locate the last scientist who can replicate or replace the pills. Intelligence Director Bayer activates another enhanced operative to hunt Cross. This hunter, silent and precise, begins tracking their movements through surveillance networks and informants. Cross and Marta forge documents and board a cargo ship, narrowly avoiding capture at the docks. During the voyage, Marta studies Cross's biology, discovering the drugs permanently altered his DNA. Cross confronts the reality that he may never return to a normal life. In Southeast Asia, Cross and Marta meet a former lab technician hiding in a coastal village. He explains the enhancements were part of a wider experiment testing human evolution for covert warfare. Before he can help synthesize new medication, armed mercenaries raid the village. Cross defends civilians while Marta gathers research files. Explosions and gunfire destroy the lab, eliminating most evidence. The technician dies after giving them coordinates to a backup facility. The tragedy fuels Cross's anger toward those who created him. Marta promises they will use the information to stop the program permanently, even if it means risking their. They journey to the remote backup facility hidden within snowy mountains. Inside, they discover stored research, frozen samples, and records of many failed subjects. Cross sees video logs showing recruits manipulated and discarded. Security systems activate, trapping them inside with automated defenses. Cross uses tactical skills to disable drones while Marta accesses the database. She downloads files proving high-ranking officials approved illegal experimentation. Reinforcements arrive, forcing them into a desperate escape through maintenance tunnels. Outside, Cross detonates fuel reserves, destroying the facility. The explosion symbolizes his rejection of the program that defined his life, but also marks them as. With evidence secured, Cross and Marta contact a whistleblower journalist known for exposing government secrets. Arranging a secret meeting in a crowded capital city, they plan to leak the files worldwide. However, the enhanced hunter tracks them and attacks during the exchange. A brutal chase unfolds across rooftops and busy highways. Cross barely survives hand-to-hand combat with the assassin, finally disabling him in a crashing vehicle. The journalist escapes with the data, promising to release everything publicly. Cross and Marta realize exposure will make them permanent enemies of powerful organizations, but also gives them a chance to end. News reports begin revealing the secret program, causing political chaos and investigations. Intelligence leaders attempt damage control, denying involvement, while secretly ordering remaining agents eliminated. Cross and Marta hide in rural safe zones, constantly moving. Marta studies remaining data, searching for a way to neutralize the enhancements safely. Cross struggles emotionally, unsure who he was before becoming an operative. Flashbacks reveal fragments of his former civilian identity. Marta encourages him to build a new life rather than chase the past. Meanwhile, shadow organizations debate capturing Cross alive to replicate his unique genetic stability, setting up future conflicts beyond their current. Cross and Marta receive a message from another surviving enhanced operative seeking alliance. Unsure if it is a trap, they investigate cautiously. They discover a small network of survivors forming an underground resistance. These individuals want revenge, but Cross argues for exposure and justice instead of chaos. Tension divides the group, highlighting different responses to trauma and control. Government strike teams attack the hideout, forcing everyone to scatter. Cross leads survivors through forests and rivers to safety. Though the resistance fractures, hope remains that enhanced survivors can choose their own destinies rather than being controlled weapons created by secret authorities. Months later, global investigations expose corruption, but fail to dismantle every secret operation. Cross and Marta live under new identities in a quiet coastal town. Though temporarily safe, they remain watchful. Marta continues researching medical treatments to stabilize enhanced individuals without dependency. Cross trains physically and mentally, preparing for inevitable threats. They discuss whether to keep running, or eventually confront the remaining architects of the program. Their bond deepens into unspoken love built on survival and trust. They understand peace may never be permanent, yet they commit to fighting quietly for victims still trapped within hidden government experiments worldwide cases. In the final scene, Cross narrates that identity is not created by programs or chemicals, but by choices. He and Marta watch the ocean sunrise, symbolizing uncertain but hopeful futures. News headlines hint that secret operations still exist, suggesting their fight continues. Cross discards his remaining pills, choosing independence despite risks. Marta records encrypted files to release if they disappear. They walk away together toward an unknown horizon, partners in survival and truth. The story ends with the sense that while the conspiracy was wounded, the world still hides shadows requiring people willing to stand and fight for humanity everywhere.